gone, never, never gone. Down no more. They just slow mo. 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 They just slow mo.
See, I be coming at these wars, and it's very simple. Why I be coming at these wars? Because I don't consider these functional wars American Muslims, as it relates to the teachings of the Holy Prophet Noble Drew Ali, the founder of the Moor Side Self of
Got
America.
some ladies from across the border, you and your daughters. I mean your little followers, you all out of order. I ain't taking nada, nothing from you crooks. Cujo tarts to be, I got them all shook. I wish Cujo would step up to get his rep up and get hit up from the neck up. You go respect us. An elder once told me, meet the people where they at, and you lower than the worm, so you know you meet the tech. Let's keep it simple, more. I'm a temple more. Either you wanna talk knowledge or you wanna go to war. Cujo, I will drag you by your dreads till you beg. Detach your arm, leg, arm, head. Boy, you don't want these problems. I know the know well. The policy and forces be the same when you go tell. Now call them little names. Get on YouTube and get them little games all tough like you bout that. Then I'ma forget how far I came. I never forgot my aim. I never forgot my ammo. I pray to Allah, but I still tie my camel. Let's talk about this knowledge that you think you have. Matter of fact, forget it, boy. Don't make me laugh. Down no more. They just slow mo. Down no more. They slow mo. They will learn today. But they will learn today. But they will learn today. So now what you gotta say, huh? I broke the rules cause I'm a sheik and a Muslim and I'm talking about tools. Boy, you know the lessons. The tools I took are fine and mine are inclined to workshop on your mind. You know about the hammer, make it a part of every part. And I wanna meet a Lord, so I'm aiming at your heart. You on a 720, I'm on a 12 step. I'm at the pinnacle of wisdom. So miss me with the threat. Mean mugging and cussing, boy, it don't mean nothing. Not going out like Malcolm, I'm going out busting. But I prefer discussion, authentic war science. Hard to reach, baby, you know we straight line. Associate scam with the holy divine. But the loss is mine, but I'm just the same kind. And it's about to catch you at any given moment. You looking at the throne, boy, can't you see I'm on it, huh? Can't you see I'm on it? You looking at the throne, boy, can't you see I'm on it? Can't you see I'm on it? You looking at the throne, boy, can't you see I'm on it, huh? You looking at the throne, boy, can't you see I'm on it? Can't you see I'm on it? You looking at the throne, boy, can't you see I'm on it? Can't you see I'm on it? You looking at the throne, boy, can't you see I'm on it? Huh? Can't you see I'm on it? You looking at the throne, boy, can't you see I'm on it? 6 million years to die, hard to reach, got y'all thinking that he great, he teach law and civics, but never be the case. I never seen him in court, approaching the bench, but people who follow him, they do this nonsense. He teach a right to travel. I never seen him whipping, he pointing the way, but doing something different. And y'all been hustling and scared to admit it. I'll be making paid in fiat and call it fictitious. Y'all ridiculous, falling for the pseudo. The right to travel ain't even worth a cujo. All up in Canada, quoting U.S. law. Deaf, dumb, and blind, boy, you just lost. Down no more. They just slow mo. Down no more. They just slow mo.
See, I be coming at these wars, and it's very simple. Why I be coming at these wars? Because I don't consider these functional wars American Muslims, as it relates to the teachings of the Holy Prophet Noble Drew Ali, the founder of the Moor Side Self of America.
You looking at the throne, boy, can't you see him on it? Look up, can't you see him on it? You looking at the throne, boy, can't you see him on it? Death on the blind, boy, you just lost.
Islam. Welcome to another edition of Voice World TV. Y'all ready? Y'all ready? Did y'all share this?
Y'all ready? Oh yeah. Y'all ready? Y'all ready? Huh? Think y'all ready. We ain't gonna waste a whole bunch of time. We're gonna get straight to it. Y'all ready? Did y'all share this? Let me share this on Facebook. Although I can't share on Facebook too much because what they did. But y'all ready? I'm gonna see if y'all ready. I need to know if y'all ready. Did y'all share this, family? Did y'all see this? Y'all see this? Y'all see this? Did y'all see this madness, man? Listen, I want to set the phone lines up. Can I get 2 minutes of your time? I want to set the phone lines up. I want to let anybody ask me any questions. Um, um, any question that you may have seen in the presentation, I can pull it up on the fly. It might take me 2 or 3 minutes, but I can pull it up on the fly. I can beat this debate on the fly. Now, I pulled up a couple of things that I'm going to address. You know what I mean? I pull up a couple of things that I'm going to address. But, man, I could freestyle. I wouldn't even have to study to beat this stuff. I mean, I wouldn't even have to study to beat this stuff. I wouldn't even have to research to beat this stuff. It was ridiculous, family. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to ask y'all to share it on Facebook for me. Share it wherever your media platform is of choice. And I'm going to give you my take on what happened. All right? L. Crisp L. Hey, L. Crisp L. Sis. Come on, sis. Hit my messenger. I've been reaching out to you. I wanted to talk. Come on. That's my peoples. L. Chris, that's my people. That's my peoples. L. Chris, I haven't seen you in a minute. Ah, she in the building. Hey, hit my messenger. Tahaka Bay Yahoo. Tahaka Bay. L. Chris. Tahaka Bay Yahoo. Yeah. Also, man, let me get my brother back here, man. Listen, man, I'm going to tell you, I got a brother here. I thought we was beefing. I ain't know what happened. But let me get my brother back. I need my brother back, man. I need you to call me too, man. I need Raphael Hakeem Bey to call me. If Raphael don't call me, we going to do a show on Raphael Hakeem Bey. Now I'm playing. Raphael need to call me, man. Man, I miss my brother, man. He ain't been in here, man. I thought he abandoned me. Oh, man. Oh, I was broke up, but I see him back in the building. He back in the building. I'm excited now. Listen, I was down in the dumps. My father used to say, I'm down in the dumps. And when I stopped seeing Raphael in the building, I was down in the dumps. I was down and out. Hey, I'm yelling now. I even messaged. I say, brother, we beefing. He say, man, I ain't got time for no beefing. That's what he told me. But we back in the building. Family, the family will come together. Listen, family. Woo! If somebody just tuned in, I'm not losing my mind. I'm just happy to see the family coming together. We got my brother Sheik 7 in the building. Moor Science Temple of America, home state NC. See, I know that's Sheik 7. He back in the building. Again, if you just tuning in, I'm not losing my mind. I'm excited to see my people in the building. Goodness and gracious. I feel good. So, family, we're about to talk about this in a few minutes. I just got to catch my breath because I'm excited. All right? I'm excited, family. Family, first of all, let me set this up, family. I need to set this up. Let me get my slide out. Man, listen. I want people to see who I'm talking about. All right? So, and I'm gonna take questions too. So I want to get the phone line up. Let me get the phone line up. I'm gonna get that set up right now. You know what I mean? And once I get that set up, then I'm gonna start the show, family. And we're not gonna be long, but I really do want to take some questions, family. And I'm gonna tell you, I'm not gonna sugarcoat this demonstration. If you think I'm gonna sugarcoat it, you're in the wrong place tonight. You're in the wrong place, family, because look, at some point, we must tell the truth. It's up to us to tell the truth. Okay, so I got that ready. Now let me get the phone line piece straight. Let me get the phone line piece straight real quick. Okay, what is it? What they call the daggone thing? That's right. It's the, oh my God, we got Sister Drain Hill in the building. Hold up. She gonna call me and say, brother, why you put me on blast? So I'm gonna say it. We got Sister Glenda Drain L in the building. You know, we got Sister Drain L in the building. Yes, indeed. Let me get that phone thing. Come on. Oh, man, I forgot what I was doing, man. Sister Drain L, where you been at, sis? Playing around here. Get tired of this mess. Get tired of it. Okay, y'all ready, family? Yes, indeed. Okay. That's right. Sheik 7 in the building. Islam 7, Islam L. Okay, let me see. Hold up, man. I forgot what this thing called. I forgot what the app called. They call the app, man. The call app. I got to look on my phone, see what they call this app, man. They done messed me up, man. Oh, Google Voice. They got me all messed up in the game. Man, I messed up in the game for real. Goodness and gracious. Man, listen. Let me go with Google Voice. Let me put this Google Voice number up here. Let me get this Google Voice number. Because, family, I want y'all to know, family, it's bad, family. It's pretty bad, man. I'm down in the dumps. All right, let me see if I got the Google Voice number ready. Okay, yeah, we're going to use that one. We're going to use that one. That's right. So, family, all right, 717 in the building. Y'all ready? Y'all ready? Let's go. We got Ruben Sinclair in the building. All right, y'all ready, man? All right, let's go, family. First and foremost, I rise giving praise to the great God of the universal law. I give honor to his prophet. I give honor to the forerunner of the prophet. I give honor to each and every one of you. I give honor to the first appointed, the supreme grand sheik of all Moorish Americans that shows us what we must do in the physical absence of the prophet, Brother Emmanuel. And I give honor to each and every one of you once again. So, family, we're going to get it started. So, what we need to do is this, family. What we need to do is this. First, we need to verify what's happening. Oh, yeah, let me pull this up real quick. All right, so, family, I'm about to go in, so y'all got to work with me. I'm about to go in real quick. All right, I'm about to go in. So, that's YP3, okay. All right, so, let me get this together real quick. Yeah, I got to go in, family. And you know, time for me to throw this together real quick, it's kind of rough because I was doing it on the fly, you know what I mean? And I had other things to do. And, man, I even missed a meeting today, and I hope the Moors forgive me. You know, I missed a meeting today, messing around with this craziness here. Inshallah, the Moors will forgive me for that, but I'm going to pull this up real quick. Okay, here we go. Copy. Here we go. I'm done. I'm done. This is the last thing I'm going to pull up. And anything you ask me to pull up after that, then I just do. But for now, let me pull this up. You know what I mean? All right. So first of all, family, I'm about to give y'all some truth that you might not, you might get mad at me about. I don't know. You might appreciate it. All right. Oh, that ain't a good picture, man. Hold up, man. Hold up, man. Hold up, man. Let me give me a good picture. Let me get a good picture of this brother real quick. But oh yeah, y'all coming in the chat. We getting it together. We getting it together. Glad to see y'all coming in the chat. But I'm gonna get it together real quick. So because I gotta make sure I lay this out nicely, so you know what we talking about. You know what I'm saying? And I want you to know exactly what we talking about. So let me just lay this out real nicely, so you actually know what's happening. Let me see. All right. Y'all ready? All right. I can't get this brother up here, man. All right. Let me X some of this stuff out real quick. Here I come, family. About to X some of this stuff out. So I probably don't got to go that far, because y'all probably already know the brother name, but I just want to bring it up anyway. Are y'all ready? Oh yeah, man, hit that like button. We got 24 people in the building. I'm still getting this together, family. I'm still getting it together, but I'm almost finished. I just need to get one more. I just need to get one more thing in rotation real quick. I just need one more thing, because I need to give y'all explanation. I really need y'all to understand what is happening. You know what I mean? I want to break this down real quick. And I'm looking for a clear picture so there will be no misunderstanding. Okay, this is good enough for me. This is good enough for me. And I'm going to get started right here. All right. So, family, first of all, what you have to know is this. Did y'all, press one if y'all seen the debate. Did y'all see the debate with this Moor brother? Did y'all see the debate? Press one if y'all seen the debate. I want to see how many people is in the know as to what we're talking about. Press one if y'all seen the debate. Have y'all seen the debate? Why is this doing that? Press one if y'all seen the debate. Y'all seen the debate? I'm going to X myself out by mistake. What the world is going on? Hold up. Okay, so we see the debate. Let me. I'm making hazardous mistakes over here. I don't know how. Something ain't going right. Maybe it's this mouse pad. Hold up. Let me make sure. All right, we're gonna get this out of the way. Bam. Gonna get this out of the way. So okay. Powder Bay, you didn't see the debate, brother? Man, you missed it. So let me break it down to you. So, praise Allah. Praise Allah. We got many people that's seen it, which is a good thing. All right, so I'm gonna break it down to you. So, this guy, let me screenshot so you can see who I'm talking about. We ain't gonna keep it clear. We're gonna keep it funky. We're gonna keep it funky for you, as we like to say. This guy right here, his name is Frederick Jones Bay. This guy's named Frederick Jones Bay, right? And this guy, and I'm gonna keep it funky with you. I'm gonna keep it real funky. Do y'all want me to sugarcoat it, or do y'all want me to keep it real? Huh? I'm gonna keep it real funky. Do you want me press one if you want me to keep it funky, or press two if you want to make it look good for YouTube? Which one you want me to do? One, keep it funky. Two, make it look good for YouTube because he's a Moor. What you want me to do? I need to know. Let me know. I need to know. 1, keep it funky. 2, he's a Moor. Let's make it look good. We gonna keep it funky. Glenda Dragon said keep it funky. All right, we gonna keep it funky then. Here we go. We gotta keep it funky. So listen, fam, let me stop this real quick. Cause y'all the family. Listen, I want y'all to know first and foremost, you know what I mean, that I have no issue with Moorish Americans. Regardless of place, regardless of who they are investing their time in, regardless of what leadership that they are investing their time in, I am not biased. I am a friend of the truth. So I don't care if you under Kenyu Bay. I don't care if you under Jones Bay. I don't care if you under Baliel. I don't care if you under Braswell Bay. I don't care if you say that you subscribe to what I teach. If I'm wrong, I deserve to be checked. I don't care who you under. I am a friend of truth. You follow me? I am a friend of truth. Let's get that out the way and be clear. Now, one of the things that I do want you to know also that one of the main things I want you to know also is that if you put it on social media, then everybody has the ability to critique it. Do y'all understand? And when somebody does something on YouTube or social media, you giving other people the ability to critique it. You can't get mad like Arnil Bay when I critique him trying to sell weed out the back door of the temple. Did I say that? Yeah. Did I say that? If you put it on social media, you have to be prepared for one to critique it. It's not division. It's not division. It's all about the truth. That's it. Now, it's so much misinformation and so much nonsense, whether in the temple, out the temple, or wherever you may find people in turbans and fezzes, that I can pick and choose what I want to address. It's just so much misinformation out there. Normally, the things that I address are the things that I feel will affect the mind state of people coming into the temple. I don't care about these old washed up Moors, myself and other Moors that's been around. The new generation that looks for YouTube or social media to learn something, then I must correct the error. Especially if you have influence. With that being said, we're going to keep it funky. Now, somebody said that he represented, let me see what the brother said. He said, Frederick Jones Bay represented the Moors of America very well in that debate. You're right. He represented the Moors of America, but he did not represent the Moors of the Moorish Science Temple of America well at all. In fact, he was the worst representative that I've seen since I'll say Sabir was better than him. He was the worst that I seen since the guy that debated Seti. I forget his name, but I think of it as the show going on. But he was horrible. Oh man, Latimer Bay took the words out of my mouth. He was horrible. And I'm not saying this because I don't like him. I'm not saying this because I don't like him. El Chris Bell, how you doing? I'm not saying this because I don't like him. Aline, there we go, Aline. He was worse than Aline. And I'm going to tell you why. I'm going to tell you why he was worse than Aline. First of all, somebody in the chat say he was about self. Somebody say he was about self. And you're absolutely right. That's why he came up there with that scream. Yes. See, the Moors, and we say in antiquity, the Moors, and like for real, like this brother got 102 slides ready to take your head off. This brother got young Pharaoh got 102 slides ready to take your head off. And you got this little fake little green screen background and a microphone talking about, yeah, the Moors of antiquity. And you see what we like to see. People like to say that Moor. He trying to take your head off. What is wrong with you? You got five screenshots of Wikipedia and the rest of microphone and a green screen going up against somebody that had put your prophet and symbolically in a casket on a flyer. You are an embarrassment. You are an embarrassment. And I said it. This guy, him and Seti, they put Prophet Noble Ali in a makeshift casket on a flyer. Boy, you are an embarrassment. You sitting up there with some green screen with somebody in the background who can't even keep up with his Wikipedia slides. He couldn't even keep up with the Wikipedia slides. This was, you were ridiculous. You was a disgrace. You was a disgrace. And any more that get mad at me, I don't care. You were a disgrace. Sitting up there posing, acting like you dignified. Did you ever see them flyers where they disrespected Prophet Noble Ali and you sitting up there trying to be dignified? Well, you can be dignified, but you need to use that sword and teach hard. But you taught like you was teaching kindergartens. You taught like you was teaching kindergartens that will fall for anything. And then you went so far as try to read the Quran. You know you ain't never read this book. That's why it ain't sound right coming out your mouth. You have never studied this book. That's why it didn't sound right coming out your mouth trying to read chapter 48. Trying to read chapter 48. Yeah, the Moors, we was here. You was here trying to read chapter 48. David Burial, you trash too. You ain't no doctor. You disrespected the prophet too. Get out of here. Get out of here. You know you haven't studied this book. And you sitting up there trying to read chapter 48. Don't even know what you're talking about. And the key word is divinely prepared. And we'll talk about that later. Divinely prepared. You don't know what you're talking about. You heard somebody else say that. You don't know what that means. Man, I've watched this as much as I could watch. Man, you were trash. You were trash. You don't represent the Moors of the Moorish Science Temple of America. Never. And you sitting up there talking about Cujo. Cujo is your grand sheik. Cujo ain't grand nothing. Ain't nothing grand about Cujo in that filthy mouth of his. Nothing. Ain't nothing grand about Cujo. Talking about you gonna give honor to your grand sheik. Well, let's talk about that then. The last time you was on the show, you know what I mean? The last time you was on the show, you said that Cujo, you said that you came under the administration of David Belial. Brother, I said you never came under the administration of David Belial. And you know how I know? Because not only did I come under the administration of David Belial, I am a friend of David Belial. I honor David Belial, and I protect the honor and name of David Belial, even if somebody say that I'm not a part of that grand body or administration. That's my brother. And you ain't gonna sit up here and lie. And you ain't gonna sit up here and lie and try to clout chase after David Belial like everybody else have done. They couldn't make it into the Moorish Science Temple of America Incorporated under R. Love L or under R. Jones Bay, and so they camelback on David Belial just to get a rep, year after year after year, and all of y'all gonna get it too. And all of y'all gonna get it too. Let me tell you something about me. I don't believe in the lineage ideal that one thing was passed down to another, that passed down to another. I don't believe in that. So don't hold that to me. What I believe in, thanks to my brother Jesse Sutton Jr., good looking brother. I'm going to try to take it easy on him. But listen, me and the Moors who I roll with feel as though that we are going to look at the blueprint, we're going to look at the structure, and we're going to build it like the prophet gave us the example to build it. And we ain't asking for permission. So don't ask me who lineage I come under. I was made an Adab, a sheik by Belial, but my credentials will be in the proof and the work that I produce. So don't ask me no more. My credentials will be in what me and the Moors produce. So don't ask me no more, because I don't follow that. But the rest of y'all that have been camelbacking off David Belial, those days are number 2. Because David Belial haven't qualified none of y'all. So y'all better be careful when y'all keep on talking slick and whispering in the background about your brother Taharka Bey, because I'll make you pull out your credentials from David Belial, which you don't have and don't exist. Hold on 1 minute. Hold on. That's right. We're going to turn up. We're going to turn up. See the difference between me and everybody else? I actually can produce credentials from David Belial. See, that's the difference between me and everybody else that claim David Belial. I can actually produce credentials from David Belial. I can produce mad, and I got one more somewhere in here. I got mad credentials from David Belial, but that don't qualify me. Let it be known, that don't qualify me. What qualifies me is the work that I produce. My words, action, and deeds is what qualify me. But now, when we look at people like this guy, man, who's claimed that he was under David Belial and he talked the way he talked, the administration that is in charge now should be giving him a call. Period, point blank. They should be giving him a call because he's a bad representation. He's a bad representation of what it is to follow the teachings of Prophet Noble Drali, and then got the nerve to say that Cujo is his grand sheik. Well, tell him to show me the letters or the appointment letters or the charter from David Belial. Show me your warrant of authority. You ain't got to be with him today. But show me the warrant of authority from David Belial. You and everybody else that keep on trying to ride off of David Belial. See, you want to try to use David Belial to qualify you. But your words condemn you because you don't know what you're talking about. So if anybody ever seen this brother representing Moorish science, Temple of America thought, he does not represent the Moorish Science Temple of America ideal at all. Let let me tell you something. If anybody ever seen the video that I did about Rasadiel, me and Rasadiel had a disagreement, right? And I point out some of the inconsistencies of Rasadiel. But one thing I cannot point out about Rasadiel is his genuineness to the teachings of the Prophet Noble Drew Ali, although he may have a misunderstanding or sometimes a misrepresentation. You follow what I'm saying? But if you listen to Rasadiel, you will clearly know, hold up. We still live? Yeah, we live. Hold up, I thought something happened. We good? Hold up now. Okay, I'm gonna screenshot that question real quick, and then I'm gonna get to it. So when you look at the brother, Rasadiel, you cannot debate the genuineness of what he tried to represent and stand for, and he does a pretty good job. I just have minor disagreements with him. Mostly I have a minor disagree with him how he carry it. You know what I'm saying? Now, some of his teachers, I'm a little bit younger than Rasadiel, so I got a little bit more research now. You know what I'm saying? I have a little bit more research than what he had. So, of course, I might have something that's a little bit deeper than what he had. I'm taking all questions. I'm copying them right now. I'm copying them right now, and I'm going to take them when I finish this brief presentation. So I'm going to try to get the questions that everybody is posing, but I'm about to get into it. All right, I'm over my rant. All right, I'm over my rant. All right, I'm over my rant. But I want you to know that this brother was so unqualified that it was an embarrassment. That it was an embarrassment. But today, we're going to address incompetence of lil Pharaoh and the Moor. Pharaoh is incompetent. The Moor lives in fantasy. Period, point blank. Pharaoh is just incompetent. So he gets a pass, per se. I know he's doing this for a YouTube show. So he kind of gets a pass, per se. But this Moor that's clout chasing, he doesn't get a pass. Now, remember this. He said that what happened is he reached out to Pharaoh because he wanted to represent the Moors, right? And so he reached out to Pharaoh to represent the Moors. Well, bad move, because you did not represent the Moors. You represented yourself, and now we're going to talk about it. So, family, inshallah, I can get through this real fast with a few key points, because every point that Pharaoh pointed out was so garbage and horrible, I don't have enough time in the day to address them all. But this guy here needs to answer for some of this. So this is his background here. As you can see, he was posing. So he got this little background all together, and he wanted to come off as an authority. But he's not an authority. He's never been an authority. He's always been a hang-around guy. He hangs around Taj Tariq Bey. He hangs around Marrakush. He hangs around Temple number 11 in Philadelphia. He's a hang-around boy, trying to figure out what he can get to build his self-esteem and represent himself as a Moor. But he's a hang-around boy. That's what we call him. Now, listen to this.
Which is to describe us by color. So people have been describing us by color, and we've been self-describing ourselves by color for thousands of years. Naga, the Naga,
listen to what he said. Can y'all hear this? Naga.
Black Nagas that went to Japan and founded lands today would still use words like Nagasaki. And so that being said, Naga meant black king rulership. Negus.
You hear that? He said that Naga means black king rulership. This is basic stuff. Now, I just randomly grabbed some things because this is one of the things that the conscious community under the Bodega scholarship like to perpetuate, that Naga means black king. Let me talk about it one more time.
For thousands of years, the black Nagas that went to Japan and founded lands today would still use words like Nagasaki. And so that being said, Naga meant black king rulership. Negus mean black king.
Now, family, what he's doing is he's trying to make it appropriate and acceptable to call yourself black. And now this brother, Frederick Jones, he's not even able to defend it. Now, I'm not going to highlight him, but I'm going to highlight Pharaoh. But let's teach Pharaoh something. First of all, Pharaoh. I mean, there we go, Bolden Bay. Naga means serpent in Sanskrit. Thank you, Bolden Bay. 10 points to Bolden Bay. But let me tell you where he got it from. He got Naga means black king from Clyde Winters. Everybody who have studied Clyde Winters know that Clyde Winters liked to inject his own thing into his conversation. So Clyde Winters has a paper that's been floating around for years. It says Ethiopians have had very intimate relations with Indians. In fact, in antiquity, the Ethiopians ruled much of India. These Ethiopians were called Naga. It was the Naga who created Sanskrit. And reading ancient Dravidian literature, which dates back to 500 BC. Now, even this, he said Dravidian is Europeans. That's what Pharaoh said, but I'm not going to address that. Back to 500 BC, you see, giving us considerable information on the Naga. In India tradition, one central India and Balavar, bowmen and Manavar, fishermen. Naga was the great seaman who ruled much of India, Sri Lanka, and Burma. To Aryans, they described as half man and snake. The Tamil knew them as warlike people with bow and arrow, with a bow and noose. Now, in fact, let me see if I can find it in here where, matter of fact, I think I got another one from Clive. There you go. In fact, Clive Winters, let me get it real quick. Here you go. Clive Winters says that Nagash was the title king for the ancient Semitic people. But in this one, pull it back up. In this one, Clive Winters, I want to pull it up if I can find it, say early mention. And in one of these articles, Clive Winters mentioned that it means black king. You know, and this is where he has to have grabbed this from. But in fact, it doesn't mean black king. It doesn't mean that. It just doesn't mean that. When you look at Naga, let me slim this down a little bit. It says the term Naga is used to describe a group of tribes in India and Chinese descent that live in the hill country along the border of far eastern India, northwestern Burma. Nagas are former headhunters. In World War II, they were recruited by the British to fight the Japanese. If you know the history about that, you would know that Nagasaki and the Nagas don't have much in common. I mean, it don't have much in common. The name Naga was first given to the people of Oham, people in Assam, and the neighboring people. The origin of the word is not known. Some say it's derived from the Assamese and the Sanskrit word for naked, Naga or Nanja, or the Hindustani word for mountain or neck. Now, in this article, they're really trying to figure out and break down what it means. But Naga does not mean black king. Naga just doesn't mean black king. In fact, if you want to know what black means in Sanskrit, it is Kali. And this is the god Kali, names derived from the Sanskrit meaning she who is black. So when people say silly stuff and you can't even refute this, listen to this.
Which is to describe us by color. So people have been describing us by color, and we've been self-describing ourselves by color for thousands of years. The black Nagas that went to Japan and founded lands today would still use words like.
They didn't go to Japan and find anything. Are you silly? They did not go to Japan and find no lands.
Nagasaki. And so that being said, Naga meant black king rulership. Negus mean black king
Negus,
which is to describe us by color. So people have been describing us by.
Y'all see this? This is how silly and goofy this is. And this brother could not refute it. He was sitting there. Let me stop for a minute. Family. He was sitting there like a child being educated. He was sitting there with his microphone like this. Like he was being educated. You know what I mean? He was sitting there like he was being educated. Like he could not even wrap his mind around that Naga and Nagasaki is two different things. And he couldn't even do a quick Google search or pull it up. Like for real. Like you couldn't pull up what Nagasaki is. You that desperate to be seen on a stage that you couldn't pull up something like this. Nagasaki is the capital, largest city of Nagasaki Prefecture on the island of Kyushu. And I need to get Brother Sharif in here to pronounce this stuff. Although he into Chinese, I know he knows some Japanese too. But it say Nagasaki was founded by the Portuguese in the second half century. You see? Nagasaki was founded by who? Say it again. The Portuguese. No, the Nagas from India founded the lands. The Nagas from India founded the land. No. Nagasaki was founded by the Portuguese in the second half of the 16th century in the site of a small fishing village, formerly part of Nishisanagi district. It became the center of Portuguese and other European people influence in the 16th and 19th century. You follow me? Its name means Long Cape. Its name means Long Cape. All right? During World War II, the atomic bombing of Hiroshima and Nagasaki made Nagasaki the second to date the last city in the world experienced a nuclear attack. Its name means Long Cape. And it was founded by who? The Portuguese. See, these are simple things. And this brother was sitting there looking dumbfounded. I mean, he was sitting there looking dumbfounded over these goofy things. Again, the Naga people, the term Naga is used to describe groups of tribesmen of India and Chinese. He didn't put these people coming from India going all the way to, and this is the link right there, factsanddetails.com. And I just quickly pulled it up. He didn't use these people and said that they left India and founded Nagasaki. That's what Pharaoh said. He said they left India and founded Nagasaki. And this fool, that's right, I said fool, and this fool sitting up there acting like he's being educated by another fool, saying that he's a Moor. You're more foolish than I've ever seen before. You're more foolish than what I've ever seen before. Come on, man. A quick Google search. But you sitting up there posing with your little background and a microphone looking crazy. You can't even pull up and find out that the Sanskrit word for black is Kali. Come on, man. You got 3,000 people in the chat and you sitting up there looking crazy. Looking crazy. Unbelievable. Listen. Nagasaki named for its situation from Naga, long, Saki, headland, long, Naka. That's different in Japanese. Stop trying to interchange Japanese with a Sanskrit. How you going to interchange Japanese with Sanskrit? Now, Japanese could be a derivative, but it's a whole different thing. Go to the etymology. You call yourself a Taj Tariqite. Why didn't you go to the etymology dictionary and look up Nagasaki? And then look up Naga. In Hindu mythology, a race of serpent demons, offspring of Kadura, guardians of the underregions, 1785 from Sanskrit, Naga, serpent snake. Huh? Sanskrit, same people. They cousins. You get what I'm saying? Same people. You know I'm going to butcher that. See, Hakeem Bey back now, man. Hold up, man. Brother Raphael back. See, he always got. See, I don't miss you no more, man. They was letting me get away with messing up some words. Now here you come. Here you come. The chat was letting me get away. Man, I butchered so many words while you was gone. Now here you go. It's Sanskrit, not Sanskrit. Okay, brother. No, the chat was letting me. Man, I was murdering some words, and now here you come. It's Sanskrit, not Sanskrit, or Sanskrit, not Sanskrit. All right, brother, you back. All right, I get it. You back. But the point that I'm making, family, is that instead of trying to look pretty, in front of a green screen, instead of trying to look pretty in front of a green screen with a mic in your hand, you should have had a laptop in your face. You know what I mean? You should have had a laptop in your face. You follow me? Because when that brother said that that the Nagas founded the land Nagasaki, all you had to do is say, wow, they traveled from India to Japan and skipped over Thailand. They skipped over China. They skipped over Korea, and they founded. They did that? What did they do in their path? You don't think that fast, though. That's why I said I knew you wasn't ready. That's why I knew you wasn't ready, because you don't think on your feet. You know what I'm saying? This is how I know you haven't studied. This is how I know you haven't studied the Holy Quran of the Moor Science Temple of America, because the Quran of the Moor Science Temple of America helped you to wisen up and think on your feet and think fast. But you don't think fast enough. This is why he could pull one over on you and tell you that the people from India founded Nagasaki in Japan. They skipped over Thailand. They went all the way through China. They went to South Korea, and then they founded Japan. And you went for it. And you fell for it hook, line, and sinker. Not only did you go for that, you also went for, which I didn't have time to do, pull it up. I didn't have time to pull it up. This is what you also went for. You also went for where he said that the Arabic language is a European language. I didn't got time to clip all that, but he said that the Arabic language is a European language. Let me Google something for you. I'm gonna Google something for you. Arabic language. This is something simple you could have done. Arabic language. All right. Matter of fact, we're gonna go language classes. All right. Now, Arabic language, and this was something you could really Google just real fast. Real fast. You should have a computer in front of you. Okay. Now, Arabic language. Now, before I even pull up and hit the marker, I'm gonna teach y'all how to research where these jokers can't play no games. I know my true researchers in here, but I'm gonna pull it up for you. Before I even hit the tab, let me show you something. The Arabic language. This is a start. Arabic is a Semitic language. Ask yourself, who is the Semitic people? Now, that's one thing you have to ask. Who is the Semitic people? Secondly, Arabic is a Semitic language, and which language family is it in? The Afro-Asiatic. Now, all you got to do is explain what is Afro-Asiatic Semitic language. That's all you got to do. That's all you got to do. That's all you got to do. Which language family is it in? But you sitting up there talking, those are not the, no. And then you can pull it up and show and prove. But you want to stand there with your microphone. You want to stand there with your microphone while he's slinging a scimitar at your prophet's neck. You know what I mean? That's all you had to do. That's all you had to do. A quick, and then you was using Wikipedia. Everything you used was Wikipedia. You could have went to Wikipedia and found out what language family is Arabic in and find out that it's one of our original language. Come on, man. You let this joker run circles around you, and the people in the chat were just disrespecting you. And you up there talking about, oh, this was a great dialogue, and everybody in the quite a few people said, oh yeah, it's a good dialogue. Man, it was murder, man. In my Ja Rule war, it's murder, murder, murder. Anybody want holla, holla? Man, it was murder, and you was holla, holla, looking crazy. Looking crazy. Man, this was ridiculous, man. Simple points. Man, he let that brother sit there and say that Arabic is a European language. He sit up there and let them people say that Arabs are Europeans. What? Bro, why didn't you just go get Wesley Muhammad book, The Original Black Arabs? Man, let's see how fast I can Google it up. Let me see how fast I can Google it real quick. I'm talking to you right now. I'm going to just say Black Arabs. We ain't got to use Moorish. We can say Black Arabs so we can pull it up real quick. There we go. Pull up Black Arabs real quick. This is why you can't think on your toes. Black Arabs. There you go. Let's hit the picture. Black Arabs. There you go. Black Arabs. There you go. Black Arabs. Pull it up. Real quick. Real quick. Real quick. Easy. Easy money. Now, when you find out the original Black Arab, what you do is you trace it and track it down. And the best representation of the original Black Arabs is Wesley Muhammad research. But you don't read Wesley Muhammad. You read Taj Tariq Bey. You don't read Wesley Muhammad. You read Cujo. And the prophet said, and another thing, let me stop for a minute. Let me see who this. Black Arabia. Who did Black Arabia, family? Let's see who wrote Black Arabia. Let's see. Let's see who did this. You know who did this? Dr. Wesley Muhammad. Dr. Wesley Muhammad. Dr. Wesley Muhammad. But you like to read Cujo, and then you're going to tell that lie. The prophet said, if you want to change the people, change your literature. The prophet never said that. The prophet never said that. Quoting lies. Dr. Wesley Muhammad research on this subject right here is serious. Yeah, he's from the NOI, but his research on Black Arabia cannot be refuted, and I haven't seen it refuted. I put my stamp on Dr. Wesley Muhammad research right here. That's right. And all he had to do when I'm getting too pumped up. Let me calm down. See, that's why I gotta do. See, family. Let me calm down. See, that's why I gotta do post presentation, because people come on here and hear me yelling and they're going to believe that I'm half crazy. But I just get upset that this brother jumped out the window and nobody tried to pull him back. I tried to, but he don't listen to me. You know what I mean? He didn't listen to me. I mean, all he had to do is a real quick search. You feel what I'm saying? A real quick search of anything that Pharaoh said, a real quick search would have knocked it out the box. See, the difference between debating a young Pharaoh and maybe a Hebrew or maybe a Moor. The difference is young Pharaoh is so pseudo that anything he says, you can track it down because he's that pseudo. He's so pseudo, he's only doing a quick search and he's running with it. He's not doing no cross references. He's not comparing. He's not analyzing and saying, man, hold up. Could this be true? You know what I mean? He's only doing a quick Google search and he's going live. You know what I mean? And he's going live. He's not doing any cross references. And when I'm telling you about like Wesley Muhammad research, you can cross reference that with other people. You can cross reference that with what's the sister name? Dana Marnici. You can cross reference that with Sister Dana Marnici. Every day, all day. You can cross reference that even with European scholars. But I like to use Asiatic scholars when possible. But no, he want to read Cujo, Canaanland Moors. And what in the world, how you become an honorary member of a Moorish Science Temple of America? The Divine Constitution and bylaws does not have a place where there's an honorary member. There is nowhere that I've seen in the Divine Constitution and bylaw made by Prophet Noble Drew Ali, authored by Prophet Noble Drew Ali by the will of Allah, where there is a place in there for an honorary member. Where does that work? Where does that happen at? You know what I mean? Huh? Where does that happen? Where does that happen? And now let me tell you about Cujo. Cujo has never, ever been through a qualified Moorish Science Temple of America. Never. So it's easy for him in Canaan land, or Canada to pass out these honorary memberships. What in the world is that? What in the world is that? The moment that he went to Chicago and got a piece of paper, he started talking as crazy as he's been talking ever since. That's it. That's it. Cujo don't know what he's talking about. He don't know nothing about this doctrine. As I said before, for one to really understand the doctrine of the Moorish Science Temple of America, the first thing you have to do is go through the strenuous headache of being in the temple with elders and people that think they know everything. If you haven't been in a temple every Friday, paying dues, getting hit upside your head with these super intelligent, supposed to be smart Moors, if you ain't go through that and you still showing up every Friday, you're not qualified to debate this. And I don't care who your leadership is. You could be under Jones Bay. You could be under Braswell Bay, Baliel, Braswell, Rasadiel, Temple 19 in Atlanta. I don't care who you under. If you haven't stuck around long enough to get beat upside your head by these old sheiks and these people that think they know everything, and you still show up on Friday, man, you ain't qualified to represent this. You can't represent this. See, it's more than just going through the temple. See, y'all think because we call ourselves temple Moors affectionately that we saying that you cannot be a true Moorish American if you're not in the temple. What we saying is that there is some things that go on in the temple that it takes a strong man and it takes a strong woman to stick around. It takes more. See, when y'all leave the temple and start making up your own stuff, it shows how weak you are. It shows how weak you are. But when you can stay in the temple, and you can debate and you can go back and forth in private and then say, Islam coming to the podium is the grand sheik. And you can still go in love after they bust you over your head, you might be able to represent this after a couple years. But if you ain't staying in no temple, ain't nobody never tell you, you gotta sit down. You ain't demonstrating this Friday. You know what I mean? Nah. You gotta get your emotions in order. You got another man telling you, get your emotions in order. Moors don't act off emotion. If you ain't able to work through that, you're not qualified to this. And that's what about being. See, y'all think the Temple Moor is soft. No, the Temple Moor, the Temple Moor knows discipline. You know what I mean? He said, raise that charm up. Y'all see it? Raise that charm up. Y'all see it? Y'all know what that is? You know what I mean? That's right. That's right. That's my brother right there. That's right. Bay TV in the building. Y'all need to go subscribe so that brother can get that channel rocking and rolling. You know what I mean? But the point that I'm making, family, is that being in the temple is not as easy as you think for some people. And that's why many people leave, because they weak. And this brother, Frederick Jones L, has never had no consistent membership in any temple. Never, ever, ever. My boy Talik, my brother Talik, I'm sorry, Stavala, my brother Talik L is in New Jersey, in the same area where he's at, under the leadership of D. Bailey L. Right now, the leader of the body is Keith Dangerville, the Supreme Grand Sheik. If he wanted to be a part of a true Moorish Science Temple of America, I'll put my stamp of it. Join Keith Dangerville right now. He's right there in New Jersey. You follow me? He's right there in New Jersey. And you can really be under D. Bailey L. But that ain't what you want. You want an honorary membership. You want an honorary membership where you don't have to be accountable. You want an honorary membership in Canada where you don't have to go to the temple every Friday. You want an honorary membership where you can freestyle and willy-nilly and say whatever you want when you want, and nobody is going to check you. Well, since Cujo ain't going to check you, allow me to introduce myself. I'm going to check you. Period, point blank. Let's get busy. Now, again, next slide. Naga, nigger, or nigga is not the same. All right? Let's be clear. May Allah forgive me. I hope your children is not watching. If they are, tell them Brother Ta'aka Bey just had to put it like this to let the people know that naga, nigga, or nigger is not the same. You feel me? There go Brother Talik L right there. Talik L in the chat. If you want to be under D. Bailey L, there go Brother Talik L. Fine Moorish American. Matter of fact, let me tell you something. One of my best friends and brothers in the movement, Brother Talik L. So you can't lie and act like there is not a Bailey L temple around you but claiming Bailey L. Don't claim Bailey L, because you've never been under Bailey L. Period, point blank. Now, let's go to the next slide.
With the term Moor in its original Phoenician form, what it denotes is people of a certain geography. It doesn't denote.
They never say the people.
Any other things that that's not said.
Moor,
So
the word Moor comes from the Latin term Moris, which was first used by the Romans.
You hear what he said? He said the word, let me tell you something that bothers me. Let me tell you something that bothers me, family. I'm going to break this down. Because the sad thing is, shout out to Brother Talik L, brother. That's my brother, real talk. But let me say this, family. Let me show you one thing that bothers me, man. One thing that really bothers me is that I've done videos on all of this. I've done videos on the term Moor with our Grand Governor, Gabriel Hernandez L. I've done entire presentations on the origin of the word Moor. We've done complete presentations on the word black. We've done complete presentation with sources. But this is how lazy people is. All you have to do is Google Tahaka Bay black, something like that, and see what come up. Let me see if I can pull it up. Tahaka Bay black, and see what comes up. Learn how to use Google. Tahaka Bay black. Let me see what come up. Let me see what come up. because sometimes you just put in keywords and it'll do everything else for you. So let me see what come up real quick. Tahaka Bay Black. Okay, here we go. Give me a second. So I'm gonna show you what came up. So you go to family. If you want to know how to research, holler at your brother. You know what I mean? Especially on Google. Google easy. Google's give you a starting point. So boom, you see what comes up. Okay, Tahaka Bay, and I put black. Tahaka Bay words this, words that, da da da. When two words collide, Rob born, da da da. Go all the way through here and find out if I got a video on black. That's all you got to do. You don't find nothing. Let me put Tahaka Bay Black according to science. See if you can find that video. But if you can't do it here, then you just go to YouTube and you probably can find it. You see what I'm saying? You probably can find it. But whatever the case may be, if you put my name in, I'm pretty sure you can find a video with me talking about being black. I know you can. I'm pretty sure. Now, I don't see it here, but I ain't got time to go through all of these videos. But I'm trying to tell you, I have a video on it. So you're just being lazy. You're just being lazy because I've covered so many subjects in the last 3 years that there is no excuse for you not to know what I'm about to show right now because I've already covered it before. But I'm gonna cover it again just because you refuse to study. Now, here you go.
What the term Moor in its original Phoenician form, what it denotes is people of a certain geography.
Now, first thing he's wrong. First, he's talking about the Phoenicians. You see what I'm saying? First, he's talking about the Phoenicians. You follow me? So let me help people out. Let me go to my channel real quick and do what the brother Akhenaten say. So I'm going to Tahaka Bay. I'm gonna go in Google because I want y'all to know that if y'all are black according to science, because I want y'all to know that if y'all up against something, I got some references that you can use. You know what I mean? I'm pretty sure that there go one right here, an old one. And I know this one is good. This got Grimmy Arnell in it. Let me show it to you. Now this comes from Moor's World TV. Right here. This is an old one. And that's Grimmy Arnell right there. Black according to science means that. Give you everything you need about black. That got Grimmy Arnell in it. Grimmy Arnell, sharp brother. Haven't seen him in a while, but even if you go down, let's see. Let's see if we can find something. Two worlds collide. Well, you know, people have been making videos, black according to science. Nature L got a video. You can check him out, I would imagine. But I'm just saying, this is not that hard. It's not that hard. I don't understand what in the world was this brother thinking about. You follow what I'm saying? But whatever the case may be, I'm going to break it down for you real quick. Let me break it down for you. So let's listen to it. Let's listen to it one more time.
What the term Moor in its original Phoenician form, what it denotes.
He said original Phoenician form. I don't agree with that, but here we go.
Is people of a certain geography. It doesn't denote.
They never say the people.
Any other things that that's not
No, Moor,
So
the word Moor come from the Latin term Moris, which come from the Latin term Moris, which was first used by the Romans to denote an area that the Romans conquered, which was called Mauritania.
That's later.
Yeah, okay, so when you say
Later.
Maghreb, say the people. Because if you say Maghreb.
So he said that Moor, let me get it one more time.
Moor come from the Latin term Moris, which was first used by the Romans to denote an area that the Romans conquered, which was called Mauritania.
So he said that the Moor comes from the Latin term Moor that the Romans used, whatever the case may be. But a quick wiki search, all you got to do is tap in the Maori people, a quick wiki search, because he was using wiki anyway. So I chose to use what he used because he got wiki, but he didn't Maori, which derives from the English term Moors. So now you know the derivative. Now you know the derivative of the word Maori or Moor. You know the derivative. Where do Moor come from? Mori. Now all you got to do is find out where the term Mori come from. Now, Moors was a Latin designation for the Berber population of Mauritania. Does that mean that they established the term Moor? No, it was a Latin designation for the term Mori. You follow what I'm saying? It was located in the part of West Africa of Numidia, a coextensive with the present day, coextensive with the present day what? Morocco and Algeria. And so when you look at Morocco and Algeria, let me pull it out. If it's extensive to present day Morocco and Algeria, that means that it's not the present day Mauritania. Okay? It means that the original Mauritania is where Morocco and Algeria were. Okay? And that was called Mauritania. Now, go a step further. Let's go a step further. Now, we started off with Wiki because that's what you like to use. So we started off with Wiki, but let's go a step further. Now, when we go a step further, you will see that Berber self-named Amazigh, right? Self-named Amazigh, plural Amazian, any of the descendants of the pre-Arab inhabitants of North Africa. The pre-Arabs inhabitants of North Africa, okay? The Berbers live in scattered communities across Morocco, Algeria, Tunisia, Libya, Egypt, Mali, Niger, and Mauritania. Now, I want you to follow me real quick. Why did I pull this out? Because young Pharaoh made a statement. He said, can you prove to me that your own language, that the Moors had their own language? First of all, you have to understand who the Amazigh people were. Then you must understand that the Amazigh people founded in conjunction with other groups, ethnic groups, Mauritania, where ultimately the term Mori comes from. But that's a whole nother story. But the point that I'm making is, he said, if you show me or prove to me the language, follow me. What about a lineage in America? I got you, Elmer Mahir. They speak various Amazigh language belonging to, remember this word we seen before? Belonging to Afro-Asiatic family. So, in other words, the Amazigh languages belong to the Afro-Asiatic family. Now, this might be too deep for him to really get this, but you have to look at the Afro-Asiatic family tree so you can understand the original Afro-Asiatic languages, so you can understand who the original people and who named what. And then you'll be able to explain self-identification of us being Mori, or the Latin derivative Moor. You follow what I'm saying? Do y'all follow what I'm saying? Press one if you know what I'm saying. First, you got to understand the Afro-Asiatic languages. That's first of all. When you understand the family tree of the Afro-Asiatic languages, then you will understand the designation and the language that we designated for ourselves. Then you will understand that. But if you don't understand Afro-Asiatic languages, then there's no way that you can explain how Mori is an original indigenous term of North Africa. And wherever our people traveled, they took it with us. That's why you find Mori people in India. That's why you find Mori people in South America. That's why you find Moors in America. That's why you find Moors around the globe. Because all of them stem from the same family tree. And the language is a guaranteed marker. Now, when he made the statement, and I'm going to play it one more time.
With the term Moor in its original Phoenician form, what it denotes is people of a certain geography. It doesn't denote
They never say the
meaning.
people.
Any other things that that guy said.
No, more.
Now, although the Phoenicians were considered our people, it doesn't denote that they're not. The Phoenician is not pointing to a people in a certain geography. No, the inhabitants of that geography named themselves.
Word Moor come from the Latin term Morus,
It don't come from the Latin term Morris.
which was first used by the Romans.
It was not first used by the Roman. It was repeated. Let me break it down to you. This is something I always pull up. Even Wiki again, you will find Mori by Strabo, who wrote in the early 1st century as the native name, which was adopted into Latin, So it was not developed, founded, initiated by Latin. Although Moorish Latin is an Afro-Asiatic language, but no, you're wrong. It was adopted into Latin, while he cites the Greek name for the same people as Morusi. In other words, he's translating what he found the people to be calling themselves. Now, that is a quick Wikipedia search, but you can go a step further from Wiki. You actually can get the book, The Geography of Strabo. And in the Geography of Strabo, it will tell you who they're talking about. It says, here dwell the people called by the Greeks Morusi, and by Romans and the natives Mori. And if you read further in the book, you will find the answers that you want. A populous and flourishing African nation. Mori was not an Arab people. Moors are not an Arab people. When Strabo came on the shores or the borders of Mauritania, it was already called Mauritania. And where was it at? Situated opposite of Spain. On the other side, the straits at the Pillars of Hercules. That's where Morocco is at today. All right? It was a flourishing African nation. So who are the Moors? Say it again with me. Huh? The Mori people? Say it again with me. See, man, this is easy here. This is easy. But you got to read the whole book to really get it. You have to read the whole book to really get what Strabo is talking about. You got to understand that Strabo is one who is traveling around and he's writing what he sees. He's writing his experience. Now, I'm not going to use Strabo as the rule of thumb, but you can cross-reference that and find it to be fact. But I'm just quickly running through some things. Now, right here, he says,
Why are we looking at this and now we're trying to give it some kind of oomph as if they imitate, not imitating us, they're making fun of.
Now, he's looking at these pictures right here and saying they're not imitating us. Notice he used the term us. He says they're making fun of us, right? Now, this here is the parade of the three kings. And what they do in Spain is they dress up as Moors and they turn the Moors into servants and they make fun of the Moors that have been taken off the seat of rulership, and now they are the servant caste. And they have a parade in Spain this time of the year, and all the people dress up as the Moors who ruled, and now the Moors who ruled becomes the servants. You feel me? And so they are making fun, as he said, of us. Listen.
Why are we looking at this and now we're trying to give it some kind of oomph as if they imitate, not imitating us, they're making fun of.
And he says they're in the cutoff, but he said they're making fun of us. Absolutely. They're making fun of us because they are showing that they have taken the Moors from the leadership, the guidance of the nation, those who civilized the nation, and cast them down to the servitude position. And so what they do is in the march in the three kings parade, they have all of these college students to dress up in blackface and fezzes and red lips, and they pass out candy to the children along the parade in Spain, because they are turning the Moors from the kings of the country into the servant caste. Anybody understand that? And so this is no different than in America when they put people in blackface and imitate them. That's right. Make fun of them. You follow me? It's no different. And for him not being able to answer that, it's weak. It's very weak that he cannot even respond to that. He can't even respond to that. He don't even understand. He don't even understand. I'm talking about Frederick Jones. He don't even understand the Three Kings Parade. He don't even know what that's about. He don't even know what the Three Kings Parade about when they dress up in blackface. He just sitting up there looking with his mic on. Yeah, and oh man, and the worst thing is when he tried to explain the Holy Quran of the Moorish Science Temple of America. Family, again, he said so much mess that there's no way I can address it all. There's no way that I can address it all. Pharaoh was so off. There's no way I can address it all. It was just too bad. So my brother Stay Awoke says this. Let me screen share real quick. My brother Stay Awoke says this. He said, I have a question. To be a Moor is a bloodline. Is that why everyone's last name is Bey? Or can anyone join and legally change your name and be recognized by America as a Moor? Are you still in the chat? Stay awoke. Stay awoke. Let me see if Stay Awoke still in the chat. Okay. I'm going to answer this for Stay Awoke. And now, Stay Awoke, I'm going to tell you, some people may not agree with me, and maybe some will. But I'm going to tell you what it is. He said, to be a Moor, is it a bloodline? Yes and no. The yes is, that majority of us that find ourselves in North, South, Central America and the islands of Jamaica, Barbados, etc., most of them come from the bloodline of the Maori people, majority of them. So that's the yes part. Majority of us who have suffered from the slave trade, whether here before the slave trade happened and got caught up in it afterwards, or those who that was caught up in the slave trade and fought here. You follow me? Now, let me explain this right. But you did have some people that was taken from areas such as South Africa and the interior of Africa that maybe they didn't have the same exact bloodline. Where they went into the interior of Africa, they grabbed people up, our people, grabbed people up and sold them with the Moors. And that number is kind of small too. But they might not have the exact bloodline. But now let me say this. They might not have the exact bloodline. But In fact, here's another yes. Those people who populated the interior of Africa and the northwest and southwestern shores of Africa, all the way into the Americas, came from East Africa. So again, the answer could be yes. They are still the same people. You follow what I'm saying? So the original migration came out of East Africa, which we call Asia, which we call the ancient land of Canaan. So the original migration pattern, which we will call East Africa and we will call Saudi Arabia, all the original migration patterns came out of East and went west. And that's why Maori was always meant to mean Westerner. It meant those who went west. You see? So when they came out of Egypt, when they came out of East Africa, the Nile Valley, Ethiopia, Mecca, and all of these areas, they all headed west. So the answer could be yes when you look at it that way. You see? So yes, we can be considered designated Moor by blood, but we must be able to understand how that connection is made before we represent that. Other than that, we're going to sound foolish and crazy, trying to say everybody in the planet is Moors. But that's a conversation. But now, the brother asked, he said, is that why everyone last name is Bay? Well, everyone last name ain't Bay, it's Bay or L. Bay represent, it's actually not a name. All right? Bay is not a name. L is not a name. Ali is not a name. Prophet Noble Drew Ali. Ali is not a name. Bay is not a name. Nor is L a name. Bay is a title. Shout out to Robert L. Bay. Bay is a title. No different than doctor. No different than esquire. It's a title. You follow me? And so, because it's a title, the title indicates your position within government structure. The Moorish Temple of America is structured after government principles of our forefathers. The Moorish Temple of America does not function like a church, nor does it function like any religious organization you ever seen. It functions as an organization to metamorphose into a nation to govern themselves. And so L is one who creates. Bay is one who governs. So in that sense, they're governmental titles that we need to grow out the ideal that these are names and that these are titles, and we need to govern ourselves accordingly. But many of us have gotten so lost that we don't understand that Moorish Science Temple of America is an organization that metamorphoses into a nation, and there's a central authority that the Bay and the L answers to. Now the Bay and the L answers to the Ali. The Ali, man, y'all need to join the temple, man. Somebody put join noble temples in there, man. Y'all want all this? Y'all sure y'all want all this? The Moorish Science Temple of America is being built as we talk about it. And I'm talking about the ideal. I mean, I'm talking about the ideal. It's being built as we talk about it. The El, the Bey, answers to the Ali. The Ali is the central authority. The Grand Sheikh and the chairman represents the Ali, and we administer the laws and we build this nation and govern ourselves. Has nothing to do with Turkey. Has nothing to do with Turkey. Bey does not come from Turkey. Bey come from Tunisia. Am I saying that right? Tunisia. That's where the origin of the Bey come from. One who governs. El, one who creates. So you have one who creates the law and one who governs the law. You follow me? So just like in the House and the Senate, you got one people that create, one people who govern. We too busy playing church with fezzes on, and we're not moving as a nation. The moment that we stop playing church and move as a nation, then you'll understand that people will find out that Bey and El is not a name. It's a designation of what you should be doing. You see? It's a designation. So, and the last thing he said was, or can anyone join and legally change their name and be recognized by America as a Moor? And let me bring you some more news. America already know that you are a Moor. America know that their population of dark olive or dark-skinned so-called black people, they already recognize you as a Moor. They already know that. That's not something that a Bey is going to do for you. That's not something that an L is going to do for you. They already know that you are Moor. The problem is most of us don't know. So that if we don't know, we can't live up to the requirements of the title of being a Moor. Therefore, being a Moor and a member of the Moorish Science Temple of America, in order for someone to respect you, you have to build something that's worth respecting. So the Moors of antiquity, what happened is everywhere they went, they left their fingerprint. No matter where they went in Europe, Africa, or Asia, they left their fingerprint. Whether it was architectural, whether it was cultural as it relates to morals and values, they left their fingerprints. Now, let's address the fact that Pharaoh said that, well, if Moors civilized Spain, how is it that the Spaniards came over here with diseases and all of that? Well, see, this is something we can't run from. The Prophet Noble Drew Ali taught the Moors that all people have suffered slavery by not honoring the principles as taught by their forefathers and foreparents. What does that mean in simple terms? In simple terms is we got comfortable. We got comfortable, forgot what we came for. We dropped the ball. They gained strength, ran us out, took our civilized teachings or whatever they learned, kept what they needed, and threw the rest away. So maybe the bathing part they threw away, who knows? But the problem was not the European bringing diseases after we civilized them. The problem was that we fell asleep at the wheel. Let me tell you something. It's like this. If you got a lion tamer and the circus, per se, and this lion tamer is smacking this lion with this whip, making him do tricks. He's sticking his head in a lion's mouth. Do you really think that this lion tamer, after years and years of doing that, he's going to lay and close his eyes and go to sleep around this lion? Nah. That's what happened to the Moors. The Moors fell asleep and the lion ate them alive and continue to eat us alive. That's just what happened. You can't run from that. We fell asleep at the wheel, and we fell asleep around the globe. While the European was taking our sciences of gunpowder and building weaponry to shed blood, we were still fascinated, chilling in our silk robes. We were still fascinating of the great buildings and structures that we built. We were still fascinated with all the accomplishments of our ancient forefathers and all the accomplishments that we were making. The European was loading up the musket. The European was taking our sciences and he was weaponizing them against us. The same way that the European has weaponized hip hop against us. The same way that the European has weaponized marijuana against us. The same way that the European has weaponized alcohol and everything that we developed, the European has weaponized it. And that's the same thing that the European did in Spain and around the world. They weaponized our sciences and used them against us. And the intelligence of a pharaoh, that sort of intelligence shows what I'm talking about. They weaponize a young pharaoh against his own people. They weaponize young Pharaoh against his own people because young Pharaoh is out there misleading his own generation of so-called black people to have no structure in their life, to have no discipline in their life, all in the name of a YouTube dollar and maybe a check that he's getting that we don't know about. Now the brother say you wrong. Chinese invented the gunpowder. Brother, I can show you that the first, let me stop for a minute. The first Chinese migrated from the Nile Valley. The Chinese is our people. The pale Chinese that you see is not the original Chinese, brother. The pale Chinese did not invent gunpowder, brother. All right? L.A., I'm going to tell you again. The pale Chinese that you see today did not invent gunpowder. All right? Are you there? The pale Chinese did not invent gunpowder, brother. Wherever you see a pale person, you can bet $1 to a bucket of poop that pale person came out of amalgamation with Europeans who conquered the area. Huh? Okay, let me show you the first Chinese. Let me show you this. Let me show you something real quick. Okay. Brother, you got to dig deeper than what you've been taught, brother. This is what you got to dig deeper than what you've been taught, brother. Okay. Ancient Chinese secret. Phenomenal facts, family. I mean, you got to dig deeper. I'm just going to pull up something real quick, brother. You guys to dig deeper. I mean, you got to dig deeper, family. Stop thinking, letting these people lie to you. I mean, we migrated and populated the globe. Ancient Chinese secret. These 14 phenomenal photos reveal, hold up one second. These 14 phenomenal photos reveal that there were indeed black Chinese. I'm not going to read it all. You go read it. You go check it out. I don't have time to read it. I already know the original Chinese look like. I already know this. You go read it. And you go find out when gunpowder was created. You know what I'm saying? I don't have time. I mean, go read it. Go look it up. And find out who the original Chinese was. The original Chinese wasn't no pale person. Are you kidding me? You kidding me? Come on, man. That'll be just like saying Hitler created the swastika. I mean, come on, man. Stop playing. Come on, man. We got to stop this, man. Listen, we are in the information age. There is no way that someone should be able to lie to you. I mean, there is no way somebody should be able to lie to you. And if they are lying to you, come on, man. Hit me up, taharkabay@yahoo.com. You got questions, I got answers. You got questions, I got answers. The Prophet Noble Drew Ali was a prophet indeed. The Prophet Noble Drew Ali was a prophet indeed. The Prophet Noble Drew Ali taught me how to think. He didn't teach me what to think. He taught me how to think. And one thing he taught me is that we are the original people on the planet Earth. And if we are the original people on the planet Earth, that means, I'm sorry, stay awoke. Stay awoke. That only means I just typed in black Chinese. You know what I mean? That's all I put in, black Chinese, and it came up. So I just freestyled that. But the Prophet Noble Drew Ali tells me in chapter 48, matter of fact, the brother was trying to read. Matter of fact, I'm going to pull up the Quran for you real quick before I get out of here. In 10 minutes, I got to get out of here. Pull up the Quran. Okay. And I'm asking one more question. So Prophet Noble Drew Ali, right, teaches us in the Quran that he called plagiarized. This is what I'm saying. Listen, family. Can I ask you a question? Family, if you're a Moorish American, man, I hope y'all can join the virtual Moorish Science Temple of America if you want to learn these facts, because I can't teach it all online. Let me ask you a question. Pharaoh and other misguided people say this book is plagiarized, right? And so the brother was there saying divinely prepared. He don't know what he's talking about. But he says this book is plagiarized. The reason why he says this book is plagiarized, because this book is a compilation of different manuscripts from antiquity or ancient times. Now, the compilation was also adopted by a European by the name of Levi. Some of these works that Levi stole from our ancient forefathers, he tell you in this book that he's not the author of it. This European Levi. He tells you that he's not the author of it. But some of the books, some of the works that you can find in here, you can find in here. Now work with me for a minute. Not only that, some of the works that you can find in here, you also can find in Until Thee I Grant. But let me tell you something. Let me hit you with something real quick. Let me hit you with something real quick. Some of the works that you can find in here, you can also find in here. So you know what they accuse the brothers in Saudi Arabia of? Plagiarizing the Bible. You feel me? Now, you know what the people of the Bible accuse, you know what the people of Kemet accuse people of the Bible of? Plagiarizing Medunecha. What am I saying? What am I saying? Family, no matter where you find it, it's a universal science that governs our religious context. All of these books are compilations. Every single one of them are compilations. This is a compilation of 66 books. This is a compilation of books where the angel Gabriel said, read, read. What was he reading? He was reading something that was already written. He was reading something that was already written. Iqra, Iqra. What do you tell me to read or tell me to recite? Huh? Hey, brother, Muhammad the Jest, I invited you to come on the show, brother. Matter of fact, Muhammad the Jest, don't go nowhere. Let me see if you recognize this. You might sue me anyway. Hold up. Listen what I'm saying. Every book that you read that's of religious context is a compilation. You can't deny it. It's a compilation. They got the adventures. I said the adventures of Gilgamesh up in here. It's a compilation. The story of Noah, it's not an original story. It's a compilation. None of this is original. And the prophet never claimed it to be original. The prophet never claimed it to be original. He called it himself a compilation. He called it himself a compilation. He didn't try to hide. See, when you understand the Moorish Science Temple of America, it's not plagiarism because the Prophet Noble Drew Ali found the movement under Herd Provide statute. And because it's a religious corporation, you can do things like this and not be charged or accused of plagiarization. It's written in Herd Provide statute, whom the organization is filed under, and in Herd Provide statute, it says the religious society can create and use religious materials for the moral uplifting of the group. Bing. Why do you think that Levi or whomever want to claim authorship never sued the prophet and this was copywritten in 1927? Huh? This was ours from the beginning. The Bible was ours from the beginning. But the difference between the Bible and the difference between the Quran cannot be translated. The Quran cannot be translated. So when you read it in English, you're reading the closest representation of what the words mean. The Bible has been manipulated and confused and discombobulated the minds of millions and millions of people. So some of the message is lost. With this is divinely prepared. In other words, our prophet handpicked what we needed to bring us up out of this condition. And I can prove it. I can prove it from historical facts, and I can prove it from the walk that it makes people move. Now, this is not right here. This is not changed since the time of the prophet, since I can remember. But I can tell you this, the Bible has, since the time that it was created, I can tell you this, some of the books was left out of the Holy Quran of Mecca. Some of them was left out the Holy Quran of Mecca. So does that mean, that means I can copyright and sell it to more nationals? Brother, you can do what you want. It's in the public domain right now. You can do what you want with it. It's in the public domain now. Anybody can. You can do what you want. But you won't understand the benefits of it because there's a spiritual lesson in this. You know what I'm saying? And if you're doing it for the, does the seal of the prophet means the last prophet? No, the seal of the prophet don't mean the last prophet. That only means that to somebody who's trying to control you. That only means that to somebody to control you. Matter of fact, I did a show on that too. I did a show on that. Seal doesn't mean last. Matter of fact, Google that because there's a couple things up in there. Seal doesn't, Google that, mean last. Let's see what comes up. I did a whole show on this before. I did a whole show on this too. That was over a year ago. Islam. Seal doesn't mean laugh. Katam. You know what I mean? Hold up. Let me see if I can. Seal of the prophet, in other words, doesn't mean last. Okay, here we go. You can find this. I mean, you got to do some time and research, right? But seal doesn't mean last. Let me see if I can pull this up. I just pulled it up real quick, and let me see if I can find. Anti-Ahmadiyas raised the allegation that Ahmadiyya Muslims did not believe in the Prophet Muhammad as the seal of the prophet. Nothing could be far from the truth. All Ahmadi Muslims hold this beautiful belief. If you want to learn about the belief of Ahmadiyya Muslim community or the Prophet Muhammad as the seal of the prophet, you should read the beautiful words of Imam Mahdi. So this is coming from the Ahmadiyya movement, but the Ahmadiyya movement talks about the seal of the prophet doesn't mean last. And so this is something that you can pull up and look at it. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna put it in the what's the name because I want to answer this brother question right here. Ahmadiyya do a beautiful job explaining seal doesn't mean last, and they speak Arabic and they speak the Quran Arabic to really shut that conversation down real easy. So we got to stop, man. We got too much information at our hand to let people play us. You know what I mean? But there's the link right there. Seal doesn't mean half, don't mean last. I mean, but the Ahmadiyyas are not Muslim. What do you mean they're not Muslim? What do you mean they're not Muslim? Why they not Muslim? What makes you say they're not Muslim? Because they don't follow the Sharia like the hypocrites that made up? I mean, I'm looking at the language. I'm actually looking at the language. You know what I mean? I'm not really caring about anything else besides the language. You know what I mean? The language of the Quran will explain. But the language of the Quran, Tunica Bay, the language doesn't change. You can cross-reference their language. You can cross-reference the interpretation. You know what I mean? But if you don't want to go with the Ahmadiyya, okay, let me get another one for you there. All right, I'll get you another one. If you don't want to go with the Ahmadiyya, because this research is long ongoing. This is not just the Ahmadiyya. You know what I mean? Okay. I did a whole show on Katam, right? But let me just put it real quick. All right, bam, Katam and Katam. Pull it up. Oh, there we go. Okay. Let me see. Okay, I think this is it right here. Let me pull it up real quick. So what you need to do is understand, I think this is it right here. It's two words in Arabic. One mean last and one don't. You follow what I'm saying? So the word, I got to go back to it real quick. So we got somebody in the chat. Let's see what somebody in the chat. They might do this for me. Akta means last in Arabic. There we go. Honor to my brother Dinamel. But what I'm gonna tell you real quick is, family, if you want to know this, what you got to do is you have to look up these words. I don't have time in this show. I'm at 11 o'clock right now. You know what I'm saying? There we go. Salam at base. Katam is stamp of authority. Islam, brother. Because I don't have time to go through it all, because that's not the purpose of this show, but I'm trying to help out people. But let me get this last question before I get up out of here. So the last question is, let me get that out of there. Bam, let me get that out. So the last question is from Omar Smith, real quick. Family, always support the channel, man, because I threw this together real quick, and this is the second show that I did. So always support the channel. You can Cash App, you know, salute to all the people that hit the dollar sign, but you can always Cash App. Bam. A Rella. Always hit the Cash App, support the channel, family. But let me pull this up. Last question up real quick. I don't got time to go into the other stuff. So the last question was, Omar Smith said, I have a question for the Moors. If the police need a description of a person who fits the profile of what they call a black man, how one describe? Is it the phenotype we are the genotypes? Is it the phenotypes? We are the genotypes. I wish he was here so he can really clarify that question. I have a question for Moors. If the police needs a description of a person who fits a profile, I ain't talking to no police, but I don't know. I mean, I don't think I really qualified. If the police would ask me something about a person, well, what did he look like? Man, I'm going about my business. I mean, serious. I mean, it have to be some crazy circumstances, man. Yeah. But with that being said, you know, I don't be around stuff where I see stuff going down. So, I mean, ain't my interest, you know. But with that being said, man, I gotta say that Freddie did a horrible job. It was a horrible job, a crazy misrepresentation of what it is to be a Moorish American. He is seriously. What's a wild statement about the Quran? I'll come back and do another show on it. Decaucanized, Caucasianized. What's the wild statement about the Quran? I'll do another show on it. I did a whole show on it before. I'll bring it back. Tell me the statement. I'm telling you that the seal of the prophet don't mean last. Support the Moorish village. Shout out to brother Akhenaten and Salam Bey. Islam. What is the wild statement about the Quran? About the seal of the prophet? Oh yeah, brother. Oh yeah. There's some books out of the Quran missing. Yes, sir. Yeah. It's books out of the Holy Quran of Mecca that was not put in it. That's right. Matter of fact, it's a few books in the Holy Quran where they didn't know where to place them at. So they just dropped them in. This is a fact. This is a fact. To the debate, do you want to debate me on it? You can debate me tomorrow night. You can debate me tomorrow night. You want to debate me on it? Do you want to debate me on it? You can debate me tomorrow night. You can debate me tomorrow night. You can debate me tomorrow night. Do you want to debate me on the fullness of the Quran and the interpretation thereof? Oh, okay, Tunica Bay, I appreciate you, brother. But maybe, see, thank you, brother, stay awoke. Thank you, brother, stay awoke. Appreciate you. Yeah, brother, email me, brother. I'll call you up. Email me, leave your number, text me. I'll send you my number. You can text me. We can have private talks. Yes, brother. Absolutely, bro. Absolutely. And let me say this too, the debate. Some of these conversations I don't have on YouTube because my mission is not to knock people off of their belief system. And we have a lot of brothers that come through the Sunni school of thought that need the Sunni school of thought in order to elevate from the depths of poverty, the depths of criminality, and just the main depths, the depths of corruption. So they need what you will call Sunni Islam. Some need Christianity. Some need the Moorish Science Temple of America. Some need all sorts of things to bring them up. And so unless someone challenges me on some of these things or give misinformation about the Moorish Science Temple of America, I kind of leave topics like that alone because I don't want to be the one responsible for one losing their drive towards going upward and unfolding. I mean, I don't want to be responsible for that. But the moment that you try to discredit Prophet Noble Drew Ali's teaching and what we stand for, whether you be Sunni, whether you be nation, whether you be Hebrew, or whether you be an alien, a reptilian, then I'm going to come at you aggressively. Intellectually, though, I'm going to defend Prophet Noble Drew Ali's teachings intellectually, aggressively as I can. As aggressively, intellectually as I can. I ain't taking no shorts. I'm not taking no shorts. When a person challenge, you know how many times they called this book, how many times they called this book plagiarized, and not one sheik made a channel, not one sheik made a comment, not one sheik stood up and say it to my face. You know how many times they call Prophet Noble Drew Ali a sorcerer, a magician? You know what I mean? And not one of these tall wearing, suit wearing, fez wearing, turban wearing grand sheiks challenge any of these people on the internet. But they run around fighting each other about who got authority. But they never picked up the phone and called anybody out. And some of these brothers are qualified, but they never call any of these people out. They never called Taj Tariq out for 20, 30 years. And that's how you get the Moorish consulate. That's how you get that brother like Root Words, make 1,000,001 channels talking crazy. That's how you get Canaan Land Moors. That's how you get all of these offshoots talking crazy, because no one stands up to defend the prophet. The only time they defend the prophet is amongst each other, arguing amongst each other. But when it comes to somebody outside that is misleading the people, they won't do that. You know what I mean? They won't do that. And so, I love all Moors. I love all my people. But Prophet Noble Drew Ali, truth, I haven't seen nobody that can challenge it. I mean, I've seen people that can challenge it. I haven't met anybody that can refute it. Not with a qualified Moorish American. Not with a qualified Moorish American. I'm telling you, listen to me. I would put Sharif Bey against anybody on the planet when it comes to this. I will put Sharif Anil Bey, if he's able to do it, against anybody on the planet when it comes to teaching this here. When it comes to teaching this, nah, you don't want to see brother Sharif Bey. Nah, it is what it is. You know what I mean? It is what it is. I think brother Sharif Bey is one of the premier debaters of Moorish science that if anybody was to challenge brother Sharif Bey, I just don't think they're going to survive. You don't even see Reggie no more, do you? Last time y'all seen brother Reggie. Brother Sharif put him in retirement. He's been in retirement since 2016. You know what I mean? For real. Brother Reggie went back to driving a bus. Now, who seen brother Reggie? Who seen him? You ain't seen no brother Reggie? Come on, man. Get out of here. I put my brother, come on, we got a few of them out there. I put my brother Denamel against anybody. He is another one of the premier scholars of Moorish science. Brother Denamel, Sheikh Denamel, I put him against anybody. Anybody. Y'all don't know Denamel? I put him against anybody. I'm trying to tell you. Yeah. And we'll bring up the rear with brother Ish. Y'all want some trouble, man. Y'all Ish brought through the channel how the feds was in America. Huh? Ish brought up on the channel how the feds was in America while y'all was still looking in Africa. Huh? And for real, Augustus came, and this is the honest truth. If Lord Abba wasn't so emotional, Lord Abba would be a sniper. Lord Abba is too emotional. Lord Abba is way too emotional. Soon as somebody disagree with Lord Abba, he think it's a personal attack. Lord Abba is not a good debater because he's too emotional. You know, when somebody said something to refute Lord Abba start calling names. Lord Abba is sharp, but he's too emotional. Roy Bay is trash. Roy Bay is just like basura. Roy Bay is basura. I mean, yeah. Roy Bay is basura. Straight trash. He could never be on the stage with no more. He worse than Frederick Jones Bay. Frederick Jones L. Roy Bay, yeah. He's the worst. He think he LL Cool more. Look at my brother niggas. The guys. Alba was my comrade until he went against me. That's right. Alba got emotional. Alba got emotional, didn't he, brother? You know he did. Alba got totally emotional. Alba get emotional with everybody. You know, me and Alba was talking on the phone. We supposed to be making some songs together. Alba got emotional because I went against what he feel about ADOS. And I just disagree with his position on ADOS. I don't dislike him. I just disagree with your position. And he said, I knew you was a snake. What? I can't disagree with you now? I knew you was a snake. Bro, I can't disagree with you. He called me a snake because I disagree with him about ADOS. That was 2 months ago. Where's ADOS now? Muhammad the Jess. Hold on. Let me get Muhammad the Jess in the build. That's my man. I want to get him on the show, man. He ducking me. Muhammad the Jess, what you think about this?
Not the swordsman. Try it.
Hey, Muhammad Howard.
Okay, I will cut you to ribbons. That's what this swordsman.
Muhammad the Jess, can you hear that?
Killer. Falsehood killer.
Hey, listen.
Gazimine.
Hey, hold on. Y'all hear that sample? I snatched that from Muhammad the Jess. Check it out.
Zaladin.
That's Muhammad the Jess. I'm trying to get you on the show, Muhammad the Jess, but you won't email me. Let's go.
Mess with this swordsman. Try it. Okay, I will cut you to ribbons. Mess with this swordsman. This killer.
Hey, look.
Mess with this swordsman.
Muhammad the Jess, where you at? Where you at, man? You my man. Where you at? This is Muhammad the Jess. Check him out. This is Muhammad the Jess.
Mess with this swordsman. Try it. Okay, I will cut you to ribbons. Mess with this swordsman.
Muhammad the Jess, come on, brother.
Killer. Falsehood killer.
That's right.
Gazimine. Zaladin. Mujrikin.
Y'all ready?
Mess with this swordsman. Try it. Okay,
Muhammad the Jess.
Cut you to ribbons. Mess with this swordsman. This killer. Falsehood killer. Gazimine. Zaladin. Mujrikin.
Let me take this fans off, Allah knows, cause I'ma take some heads off, you all foes. Lowest up, I'm off to keep a banger that'll sink the lowest off. Stop playing with me. I'm the true and living God, but I know the low a little better than you little frauds. Trying to keep it on the high note. I really love my bro, but I can go lower than a worm. No lamo. See y'all at the evil social media gas, you dumb dummy. Thinking when I see you, I'ma pass you or not. We gon' talk about it, acting like you bought it. Guarantee you when I see you, we gon' put some chalk about it. Talking like a big boy, this fans won't save you. Cause I'ma take this fans off and not you who made you. You better say hello when you look me in my God in the flesh. Of course I'm fresh, I resurrect and protect. I don't believe he left. I breathe Jesus' breath. You breathe weed and death. We come correct like a check when the G's connect. Disrespect, trying to get a rep. I'm coming for your rep.
Hindi namin na change and energy. This kid got a rock man there right here.
Don't let me take this fast off.
A rock man there right here.
Don't let me take this fast off. Don't make me take this fast off. Don't make me take this fast off. Let's not rehash the past. You better ask quick fast before I go into my bag. I'm real with mine. I'm religious, not blind. Too many no time. So family, I appreciate y'all for coming in. I could not address everything that was in that video that was flawed. And I wouldn't even waste my time doing it in the first place. But if you appreciate this presentation, give me a thumbs up. Always hit the Cash app that's right beneath the link to support. You know what I'm saying? And family, I'm going to be releasing my music. I might do it tomorrow. You know what I mean? I don't know. And guess what? The Caucasian eyes, Sharif Bey introduced my wife to Moorish science, by the way, of Sidnetta TV. So I'm always indebted to brother Sharif Bey. That's right. I don't care how much he try to do some karate on me. Me and Sharif might bump heads. It don't matter. But I'm going to tell you, Sharif Bey, I'm indebted to him. My wife mad at me now because I'm down here with all this noise. But anyway, let's go. I'm sorry, baby. I'm coming home, baby.
What should I write?
Huh?
What can I say? How can I tell you
Check.
much I
Man, listen, man. Let me thank my brother, man.
Let me talk to him.
Tunica Bay, thank you for your demonstration. Brother, email me at taharkabay@yahoo.com. And brother, we gonna have that conversation privately, and I'll show you all my research. Anything that I can do to help.
What should I write?
Somebody say I need better
What
beats.
can I say?
Hey, if you think I need better beats, you need to send me something to taharkabay@yahoo.com, taharkabay@gmail.com. But for right now,
How can I tell you
Check.
I What should I write?
Let me talk to him.
What can I say?
Can I talk to him?
I love you too.
Tell you how much
Talk to him.
Y'all been tripping lately. I know you start to hate me because I'm exposing y'all for simply dozing off, sleeping at the wheel, acting like you real. You got my profit on the back burner with the whole meal. I bring them to the front, and then you want the front talking all tough like this ain't what you really want. I'm up for peace, but my scimitar sharp now. I represent the ones that put that old card down. The card jagging off, got the sound of bad song. It's just an idle trying to fight you out your mind. To go against me, the soul of the West, stand down the wall with the weak knowledge to the test. You better ask somebody back in my last life. I will run up on you 45 mask type. I'm a villain now. I take the mask off. I tell the truth and let the truth blast y'all. Let me talk to him. Can I talk to him? Hey! Let me talk to him. Hey! Can I talk to him? Yeah! Let me talk to him. Come on, man. Hey! I think the real levels. I know some old folks. I know some serious boys who ain't no joke. They don't be YouTubing. They don't be Facebooking. They don't be clout chasing. But yeah, they looking. They see you demonstrating, sounding like it's 85 lives. You was grown from them old boys you keep it alive. I keep it fresh though. Tell you how the flag go to head, don't go, then the whole body got slow. Yeah, there's a seat shot, and it might cost you. If you ain't for your lesson, then I probably lost you. You ain't no grand nothing. You can find what? It still amazes me. All the people signed up and fell in line. Blind needed a blind. Gotta fall behind. Confusion 79, but I'm wide woke. Oh yeah, I saw the struggle. Hey, getting nothing profit. So how did they love you, huh? Let me talk to him. Can I talk to him? Hey, hold up. Let me talk to him. The Caucasian eyes. Do you want to come on here for fun and battle me? Lurk for lurk? Let's go. Let's go, de-Caucasianize. Come on the show. Come on the show, brother. Come on the show and let's entertain the people. You bring yours. 3 songs each. Let's go. We can set the date for next week. Let's go.
Let me talk to him. What? Can I talk to him? See, they tripping, right? See, they really tripping because I'm telling the things that they've been hearing whispers about. They get mad because I'm saying everything that they want to say, but scared to say. They're scared to ask their grand sheik. They're scared to ask their divine minister. They're scared to ask the head of their temple. Matter of fact, they're scared to ask their supreme grand leader about everything that I'm talking about. Y'all been tripping lately. I know you starting to hate me because I'm exposing y'all for simply dozing off, sleeping at the wheel, acting like you real. You got my prophet on the back burner with the whole meal. I'm bringing to the front.
Man, look, man, y'all got me ready to rock out. Y'all got me ready to rock out. Hey, look. Hey, fam. De-Caucasianize, got me ready to rock out. You know what I mean? Man, I gotta rock out. Man, I gotta rock out. Man, I gotta do 2 more songs, man. 2 more. Let me do 2 more. Let me do 2 more. Man, I'll tell you, I'm about to put these up for sale, man, and put all the new songs out. That's what I'm gonna do, family. Man, y'all got me all pumped up, man. Let me, man, look, I ain't gonna be able to go to sleep. I'll be all fired. All right, family, let me see what I want to do. Let's go with this.
This man was teaching Islam here ahead of everybody else. That means ahead of Master Farad Muhammad and Elijah Muhammad, of which in the nation of Islam you are taught under the strict religious blinder or binder that
I got some books coming.
Seen before Farad and Elijah. No knowledge was seen before Farad and Elijah.
Listen, check it out.
I love this Master Farad Muhammad.
Well, was y'all in 1913? This was way before Martin had a dream. Way before Elijah had God. He was in the grave, the land of the North. Where was y'all when he was on the milk crate, going hard on 35th Estate? Where was y'all when he only had his flag on Indiana Avenue, feds on his head? Hey, where was y'all when the enemy tried to kill him, when they said he was a prophet, but really didn't feel him? Well, y'all let down. Are you with me? Are you down? It's time to stand up. The prophecy is down. Hey, now what we gonna do about it? The prophet going through Ali. He knew about it. I'm the 34th generation. So I ain't worried about all the hate, all the crazy misinformation. Need to stop. Cause all the girls taking you up part of the plot to keep them on top and leave us at the bottom with the mouth you call a prophet in the heart. You forgot him. Hey, you ain't fighting this war, right? Bags under eyes, haven't slept in 4 nights, reading all the books and studying the laws. But the prophet was a perfect example for the song. He left his feet clearly cut on the south side. 30,000 more than 29, ready to ride on food, on floors, on community. And I'm going with the prophet on that. What you gonna do to me, huh? Where was y'all at in 1913, huh? This is where the fall Martin had a dream. That's right. Where before Elijah had blood, we was in the grave, the land of the Lord. Where was y'all when he was on the milk crate? All right, fam. I'm gonna get out here. Where was y'all when he only peace and love, fam? Peace and love. I need to get out of here. I gotta go.
Islam. I'm trying to be your friend, man.
I'm trying to be your friend.
Trying to be your friend, bro. Help me out.
Meet me halfway. I wanna be your friend. Peace and love. Let me be your friend. Peace and love. I said you ain't never met a more like me, and you ain't never ever gonna meet one again. I wanna be your friend. Peace and love. Let me be your friend. Peace and love. I said you ain't never met a more like me, and you ain't never ever gonna meet one again. I let me be your friend. Peace and love. Come on home, de-Caucasianize. Come on home. Let me be your friend. Check it out. Peace and love. Hey, yo, I used to be a thug until I met the prophet. Now I'm all about love, truth, peace, and freedom till I return to Allah. One day we gonna meet him. I'm all about justice. That's the focus of the message. Sometimes Asiatics make me want to forget the lessons. I be all up in my passion from all that Moorish passion.
another calling us Neanderthal. And he all fell, I mean for real, this is what it comes to, my brother. We got nothing better to do than talk down to each other. Yeah, we can get scholarly, or we can get color. We are the children of our father, and the rest of our mother has nursed us all and nursed us all. These people out of clean try to murder us all. You better chill, my brother, and tell the elder the same. Cause on the real, my man, I'm really about them things. I can take the feds off and get it back in the low and return to the state where they used to call me dope. But no, I'm rolling with the prophet of Allah. One love, not war. Standing on that floor, and I'm holding the square. The compass and the axe that might be too deep, but as I get off track, see, I probably was an adept. Do you know what that is? An Egyptian adept is a brother who lived by the universal science developed in the Nile. We call it Islamism, but it's the same, my child. Sit at the foot of a master. I train you up, but I might have to bang you up. I still love you. And those that's talking that this ain't Islam, everything the prophet put is in the Quran. All that other stuff, prostrate and cover up is just the start. And there is space to me, the law is the heart. You can dress like Imhotep, but you can dress like a herb. Find a more American Muslim unifies the word. You can say what you want about Dr. Jones, but he gave you different variations of the same thought. You don't appreciate that. You won't appreciate me. Appreciate the holy and divine true Riley. People refuse to admit it. He the first that ever did it. Europeans hope that the Moors would forget it, but we're here, strong, alive and well, resurrected from hell. We're the story to tell, so pay attention and listen and consider the facts. You know it's humanly impossible for you to be black. I guess a Chinaman is yellow, a Mexican is brown. Just think for a second how ridiculous it sounds. We can turn it around, but we must unite. It's okay to disagree, but we don't have to fight. Because if we have to fight, you know how we get. I still learn to love. Salute, family. So work with me, fam, and I'ma work with you. And let's all work together and do what we gotta do. Cause on the real side, we haven't made no progress since 1929 when the prophet left the flesh. We got an Asiatic president, men marrying men, psycho shooting up a club and don't see his own sin. And those that say they're conscious, that took your fuck. Family, you might be seeing me tomorrow. I ain't sure. You might not see me tomorrow. You might see me on Monday. Appreciate y'all. Appreciate the Caucasian eyes. Appreciate my brother L Bay. Appreciate everybody who came in, my brother Manning Bay, and everybody else who came in to support the channel. Thank you so much for giving me your ear, my brother Nagas, and everybody else who come through and chill with me. My people's attuned. I appreciate everybody. BWLEL, whatever, and everybody else, and all the hundreds of people that was in here tonight. I appreciate y'all. Thank you to my brother Tunica Bay for his contribution. My brother Akanan Salam Bay for his contribution. My brother, who else? My brother Stay Awoke for his contribution. And my brother Jesse for his contribution. And thank everybody who gives contribution, because it does take a lot for us to do this show as it relates to putting it all together, the time that it takes, whether it takes from the family or it takes from the temple, it takes time. So I appreciate you and your support always. I see you next time I come up. It's probably going to be Monday or Tuesday. Not sure which day, but I appreciate y'all for joining me. Peace and love, family. Enjoy your rest of your week.